Let me go adjust the thumbnail and shit before we start.
Just that little awkward moment, like in the beginning of the live, where it's just that quiet. We all just looking like.
When you watch it back, it's just boring as hell.
Okay, JC, do you see at the bottom right where it says chat?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, click that. Yeah, there you go. Studio
Cool.
chat.
Yeah, I got it.
Bet.
Yeah, we used to just record them, but people wanted to see live and actually interact with it. So this part wasn't in before.
So, did you put out a tweet for it, Gaming Dad?
I did not yet.
Okay.
He prefers Gamer Dad.
Yeah, that's what he goes by now.
I can do Gamer Dad. That works just fine.
Yeah, Carlo.
Carlo fucking started a whole.
Yeah, he did.
That's what he prefers, actually. You know, he's actually looking to rebrand.
All right.
I mean, bro already changed his Twitter name for real. Like,
I know that's his name on the podcast now. Look, I mean,
The Gamer Dad. Yep.
he's accepted it.
What's up, Devin? What's up, Sports Geek?
Like I said, Carlo called what do you call Magic Johnson, Michael Jackson? I don't know. So
I think it was
know,
Magic
man.
Jordan,
I think
wasn't
it was
it?
Magic Jordan.
Jackson, Magic Jordan. I don't even know. Something like that.
Yo,
when
what
he
to do,
was trying
chat?
when he was trying to say no return MG, bro.
Oh my.
Yo, that will forever be the funniest shit.
Chat was gas you like it ain't that funny. Like, nah, it kinda is.
Nah, bro, that shit was hilarious. He was saying letters that was not in the name.
JC, do you have Shohei?
I do. Yeah. 'cause I
Bro,
got
did
those
you
from him.
pull him or did you buy him?
I bought him
When did you buy him? What was his price?
like 3 weeks ago. Maybe he was like 400 something K.
Okay.
420, 430.
I should have bought him when he was 200 something, man. I think he was like 280.
Yo, he just keeps going up and up. He's like 600 now, isn't he?
Yeah,
It's like
he's
I want to enjoy the
568.
show. I really do because their content is so good.
It
But
is,
just
bro.
for me, the game is just so boring to play for me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm big into baseball. I play fantasy baseball, like Dynasty Fantasy Baseball.
Yeah.
I'm like pretty deep into
See,
baseball. So
Dude,
I
I
really
live
enjoy
I live in Alabama, so All Star is coming down to Atlanta this year. I might have to go to All Star, man.
that sounds cool.
I'm not gonna lie.
I used to be really into it, but now my Cardinals are trash, so it's hard to really.
What do you mean now? Like the past 5 years,
You
you guys have
literally
been
root
trash.
for the Dodgers. Don't talk to me, bro. Like you're a Dodgers fan. You could tell
yeah.
every team that they're trash.
I mean, I live
Yeah.
an hour away from Dodger Stadium.
I'm
like,
not
I'm
saying
not
you're
like
a
some
bandwagon
bandwagon
fan
or something.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like you're saying now we were good, maybe not to your guys' standard, but
Watchable.
yeah, we
All
were
right.
enjoyable. We at least had Albert and Yadier Molina. Now it's just sadness.
All right, so we had Josh and Ant try to hit the intro last week. So ISO, you got to hit the
Oh,
intro.
brother.
Yeah, W, yeah.
Oh,
we gotta
brother.
hit the
This
intro.
is my second week here. I don't even.
Don't forget to clap.
My third day out here.
All right, what do I do? What do I
Make it
do?
clap for Gamer Day.
Well,
Oh, all right.
What do I do? What do I do?
That was crazy.
that was
A
a
little
little,
bit.
out there.
My fault. My
All
fault.
right. So you get to
Y'all gotta live coach me.
You'll get it next week. All right, you gotta
Okay.
just pay attention. All right,
All right, let's
pay
get it.
attention to
There's a
detail.
test.
Ant, you got it.
Nah, what you mean? It's all you.
All right.
I got you next week.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Triple Threat Podcast. My name is @GamingDad25. As always, these are my co-hosts, Ant Lion, say something to everybody, bro.
What's good, everybody?
Josh2k, say something to everybody, bro.
What's good, everybody?
New member, I just ISO, say something to everybody, bro.
What to do? What to do, chat?
And today, we got a special guest. Someone who's been in the community for longer than any of us, probably combined, honestly. He probably won't admit it because a lot of people quit, but he is one of the OGs in the game now.
These days, I might be one of those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, you kind of are.
I'm feeling old now. I don't know. I've been doing this for a little bit.
Yeah, so we got JC2k. I don't think you got to introduce yourself because I feel like everybody in here should know who you are, but go ahead and give yourself a quick intro to everybody.
What's going on, y'all? I'm JC. I used to be pretty good at this game. Not that good at this game anymore, but I make good content. At least I hope so. I try my best, and definitely upload a lot of content anyways on this game. So hopefully y'all enjoy the videos, and I'm excited to do this. This is fun. I'm looking forward to this podcast.
Dope.
So
dope,
Josh
Hell
wanted
yeah.
to start us off. We stopped doing games, but Josh thought it would be appropriate
Yeah.
that we're gonna run JC through a blind ranking. Josh,
Of
go ahead and
what?
guide us through that.
A
Previous
blind
2Ks.
ranking of what?
Blind ranking of 2Ks.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, we're gonna start off with number 1. You got five options. We're gonna
Okay.
start with this year, NBA 2K25.
And so I'm supposed to put this anywhere 1 through 5.
1 through
1 through
5.
five, in
1
order.
being the
So
best,
it's-
5 being the worst.
Okay, yeah, I got to keep in mind I only really started playing my team in end of 2K19. So before that,
I don't have
not
any older than that. So
Okay, cool. That's good then. 4.
4. Okay. 2K19.
I didn't play it that much. I was in high school. I graduated that year, and I only started playing it like end of the year
Oh
when I graduated.
fuck!
I'd say
Damn.
3.
3. Okay. 2K20.
2, mostly because of the community. That game was kind of stupid, but it was fun.
2K24.
5. Worst game they've ever made, 100%.
Okay, and then your number 1 is 2K21.
I'm fine with that. You left out 22, which is my favorite 2K ever. But 21 was my second favorite, so I'm cool with that. 21 at 1 seems out of that choice. I'm cool with that because that game
Not a
was
bad list
a
at all.
lot of fun.
No,
I
no.
enjoyed that game.
Was that the year with like the in-game cards? Or am I tripping?
22.
That was
the one with
22.
all the
Yeah,
end games.
22. That's right.
When they were
That's
all the
right.
same card.
Yeah, all
In
like
22 and
exactly,
23.
which is what we're kind of getting this year as well. So
Yeah, that's what it looks like with the Invincibles.
Yep.
I'm sure GOAT cards are going to be the exact same
Oh,
on
for
every
sure.
card.
for sure.
I mean, at this point, we'll get into it, but at this point, it's kind of like what you don't really get much better than the Invincibles.
No, not really.
I mean, realistically, not much, no.
It's only gonna be legend badges. So if you soup up an Invincible,
Hmm
I don't think a GOAT card could really.
Yeah, and the GOAT cards are probably all going to have like the exact same jump shot.
Yep.
And I'm gonna
Exactly.
be honest, for me, the jump shot doesn't matter too much for me. I'm ass at the game, and I definitely can dribble well. So for me, like my badged up Shaq before I sold him was in game for me. Wilt, I got 23 legends on him now. So eventually he'll get the 40, and that's gonna be in game for me because his shot's good enough, and he gets animations. So for me personally, like GOAT cards aren't gonna matter too much to me.
Well, I mean, I just think it's what, May 4th?
Mm-hmm.
And we're already at the point where cards just can't get that much better. I think we're getting to the point where if there's a card that you like, you can just kind of use them for the rest of the year.
Exactly.
They can
Yeah.
compete.
That's very true.
Definitely.
That's one thing that I kind of want to add, though. Everyone's like, it's May already. This is what you should expect. We got to make it till September before the new game drops. Like, we got to
'Cause-
have something to look forward to.
Hey, we
Because
had
la-
the game early this year.
That,
because
that's what I'm
last year-
saying.
Spring.
Last year at this time, the level 40 was a dark matter, and the season 7 level 40 was a dark matter.
Well, the
So
pacing
we
was a
are
lot slower last year.
we
for
are
sure.
a little bit
Yeah.
ahead of schedule, a little bit.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I mean, they started us off with the LeBron in the day one. That was
Day
just with
one,
his
yeah.
cards coming out in November in 24. Like I think in 24, that Kareem we got, the pink diamond, like week 2, was a card that was pretty equivalent to a Kareem we'd gotten in like December of previous years.
Mm-hmm.
They just moved a lot faster to start the year.
Last year was an anomaly, though. We don't talk about last year. It's awful. The worst game ever. Not gonna lie.
Facts.
It was an easy number 5 for me on the board.
Oh, for
No doubt
sure.
about that. I had
For
to
sure.
put 25
Still
at 4, just assuming they were going to leave 24 in there.
I'm relatively positive about the game, but I quit last year. From
feel
like
that.
season 4 into season 4 through season 6, I didn't touch the game.
Yeah.
That's
I have
how
a-
bad it was.
I have a reputation of being a bit of a complainer, as I have discovered about this game. But 24 was legitimately miserable.
Yeah,
Like
I
that's
agree.
probably built that reputation because all I did was complain. Every video I made, I complained on that game. It was terrible. That was
And
the
that's
worst
valid,
game they've
too.
ever made. 100%.
And that's why like people talk about DBG being negative, like pre 2K24 DBG actually really wasn't that bad.
I feel like it's a over 2K type thing. Like it builds up. You get more negative the more you play 2K because it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse
Once
and worse.
the ban hammer dropped in
facts.
2K23, that's when it shifted.
Oh, dude. Yeah, 24 was the punishment year. That's all that was. It was a punishment year. It was okay. Y'all been buying
It's a
MT.
shift in the
We're going
community, in my
Yep.
opinion.
for sure, for sure. So you said 25 was number 4, right? Would it be 5 if 24 wasn't on the list?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you not like about it? Is it like the
It's
way
just
it plays?
extremely. Well, I don't love the gameplay. I'm okay.
Yeah. See, I don't like it either. that much.
I am a big dribbler. I've been playing
Facts.
for a long time, and I mean 21, 22. That's what I
Yep.
loved about those games was
W's.
people complained about the speed glitching or like the bursting and all that type of stuff. And I guess if that's not your style, that's not your style. It's
Yeah.
fine. That is my style. The arcadey shot creation, dribbling, quick stop on a dime, have some fun,
Same
scoring
here.
40 with that out of position Jordan every game. Like that to me was what made 2K was fun, was the amount of creativity and the pace at which you could play and the scoring you could do and all that type of stuff. And like this year's game, you're constantly getting load ups if your player's tired at all. You don't really have good dribble sigs in the first place to create space. Even cards with the best sigs in the game are limited in terms of shot creation. Off ball is still better than it should be this year. I just don't love the gameplay, and I still think the content is extremely pay to win. Like
I
you're
agree.
just not beating a team with 100 Yao and Invincible Giannis and Invincible KD, and like you're just not beating it.
I agree 100%. So like if they added the MLB The Show type programs into this year, what do you think about that? Like it was that type of programs, like grindable programs, like weekly almost.
It'd be cool, but no, at 2K the cards would all suck that you'd be grinding for. So I don't know. If it was, I honestly am not asking them to make every card in the game free or easy to get. I'm just thinking we should have a couple cards, like at least if you build a team of the best 10 cards in the game at any specific time, 2 or 3 of them should be attainable for free. That's my thought process.
So to play devil's advocate to what ISO said about the programs, I think it's with MLB The Show, it's easy to plug and play cards. I would argue the cards, for the most part, the grindable cards aren't necessarily better quality than the grindable cards in 2K. Well, I mean, we get premium packs, so it's kind of hard to debate. But you can get away with having a card that really can't hit for any power that has 99 speed and good fielding. Or you could get away with having a player that has crazy power with low contact and low vision. Whereas with 5 men on the court, everybody's kind of have to do everything. So the flaws are a little bit more, they show a little bit more.
It's easier to be one-dimensional in MLB than it is in 2K because that gets exposed.
The other beautiful thing about MLB's content is that every reward is sellable. So it's not
Yeah.
hard to
That's
get.
a huge W.
And then you
Yo.
can go buy any card. Like if you want Mike Trout, and you can go get Mike Trout. You know what I mean? And it's
Yep.
not ridiculously hard to earn the amount of stubs. Even though he's one of the more expensive cards, you can earn 150K stubs playing
Yep.
that game in a week or so. If you're lucky, it can be a lot faster than that.
Very true. I agree.
Yeah, because they give out tons of packs too.
Yeah, they do.
Like tons of packs. I haven't played this year, but I played pretty heavy the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, the content's bar none
Yeah.
better.
Dude, you can sell all the rewards from the season pass. You can sell the cards from ranked, and the ranked cards are always like the equivalent to like what was it called? Unlimited used to be. You can sell those rewards. I mean, woo.
Unlimited setup was perfect. That's the only
I
one thing
agree.
I could say was good about last year. Being able to sell your cards and get rewarded as you work your way up the ladder, that's nice instead of waiting for Friday where you can get packs where you can get sellable if you're in tier 1 and get your 20 wins and you're not going to get anything good out of it. It's just there's not really a good MT making process besides sniping.
Which takes forever because of escrow.
Yeah.
Especially if you're sniping lower tier cards. If you're trying to snipe
Yep.
like cheap and make 1,000 MT a snipe, it's gonna take you forever and ever. If you're sniping big cards, maybe you get it, but you're spending 6 hours hoping for one snipe. So
And I would understand like agenda cards being unsellable, but I think the game mode rewards should be sellable as you go.
yeah, well, like the program cards in MLB are unsellable, but like most all of the rewards you get, every reward pack you get is sellable. All the online rewards are sellable, like you say in the multiplayer program and the ranked stuff. Like the amount of unsellable in MLB is minuscule compared to 2K.
Agreed. Facts indeed.
All right, let's get into some of the grindable content with this week. I think this has been one of the better weeks for grindable content, which isn't saying a ton because, we haven't got much. 2K kind of put themselves in the corner with the 97 overall breakout pack first. But then, what was it, 2 days later, we got the 99 overall pack for the flashbacks. So 97 and 99 in 1 week, I think is a slight dub. Did you guys do the grinds?
Yep.
On my
dude.
secondary account, not on my primary account.
Yep. Same here. Secondary account.
I did the playoff one. I did not do the breakout one because the 97 plus, in my opinion, is not all that useful at this point. But
You can,
the
there's
99
only
has a
one
chance to
card
be
you
good.
could really get out of that would be usable, and that's Wimby.
See, the only reason I did the breakout was because it was done on the way to the glitch grind. You had to play
True.
5 clutch time, 5 full time, 5 triple threat. So I was like, fuck it, I might as well just play 5 more triple threat games. You know, like.
That's fair.
And then, but yeah, the playoff one, even though I forget the guys, Bob Dandridge is atrocious and is a sin to the game. For the most part, that's a W. It was a pretty relatively easy grind. I didn't mind it at all.
Yeah, it didn't take long, which
No,
I
it wasn't
enjoyed.
bad. If
I
the
enjoyed it a
stuff
lot.
like this was more consistent, I think there would be less to complain about. Last couple weeks, they've done a decent job. I mean, a decent relative job.
Yeah.
With the 99 premium and even the perfection weekly challenges they did the week before for a legend badge wasn't
Yeah.
terrible. Like, that took 45 minutes for a legend badge and the Hoff badge option pack. I mean, it's cool.
I agree.
I don't want rep challenges. I don't want. Just please, no more rep challenges, please. I don't
There's a
think that's
very
that
niche
much to ask for.
community that are even pursuing rep this year.
Yeah, those are challenges for like 20 people.
Yeah.
And I wish they brought back the MT one, where pretty much whatever MT you
Yeah.
made, they doubled it. That hasn't been back. Was that last season that they do it, or has it been 2 seasons?
It's been a
I
while.
think they did it last season. They did it the season before as well, I think.
Because that's like literally like you play the game and you get double MT. You
Yep.
know. I think the playoff one, it checked multiple boxes. Good reward. I mean, obviously, you might not get a card that plays for you, but as far as rewards go this year, it's a good reward. It's in tune with the current NBA, or not the current NBA, but with the NBA, the playoffs that's going on, and is relatively easy. If you suck at the game, it'll be time consuming, but not hard.
Facts.
It checked all 3 boxes. I think that as a whole was a W grind.
And I mean, you basically got a free legend badge at worst. If you got a player like I got Jokic, so I just exchanged
Yeah.
him and a random diamond I had in my collection for a legend badge. Like, it could be worse.
True.
It was at least something that was half useful. I think I got legend pick dodger. It's a good legend badge. I was happy with that.
True. I agree. There should definitely
long
be more
as-
of those perfection challenges. I think weekly. I don't think that should be like a once every 3-4 weeks thing. I think that should be weekly. I like
Yeah.
those a lot.
And that'd be great if, like, you know, because I didn't really. So the challenges, were they all like not series 1? Were they all from the first round of the playoffs?
You mean the flashback?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, were those moments from first round? I really don't know.
Because
I don't think so,
if that's
there
the
was
case,
like Kyle Lowry's NBA Finals performance.
oh,
yeah,
so no.
never mind. Because I was
Yeah.
gonna say that'd be great if they do something like that
That would
for
be
every.
cool. I agree. That would be really cool.
That would be neat, but unfortunately, I don't
Yep.
think that's gonna happen.
Yep. You're right.
I'm just
2K
hoping
not
that the
even think
playoff
about
content itself winds up being decent. To be honest,
Yeah. I don't.
We will find. We should find that out. I'm assuming tomorrow, because the last game of the first round is today.
Yeah.
hopefully it's tomorrow. It should be this week for sure.
Yeah, if not tomorrow, then Tuesday for sure. We should know.
Well, we
I'm
got game one
assuming.
of round 2. That's I interrupted you. My fault, gaming dad.
No, you're
We
good.
got game 1 of round 2 today. Pacers, Cleveland.
Yeah, and then so the last round, the last game, the 3-3 series is
Warriors
today.
Rockets today, right?
Warriors
Mhm.
Rockets.
Rockets.
Yep.
So, oh shit. Oh yeah. I guess we could show that. That was an accident, but yeah. Shouts out JC2k.
W's. W's buckwheat.
But yeah. So we should at least get opals. If they do some bullshit like give us from 95s to 96s, like that would like be like all right. But
Yeah.
you know, it lines up. We should get opals because we get opals, then it goes from opal, dark matter, 100 to invincible. So it lines up that way. But you really never know.
Only thing that kind of sucks about it, in my opinion, is they gave us all the big name players for the pink diamond, so you know
Yep.
the opals are gonna be maybe not lesser players. Like the Pacers, I think it's more than likely gonna be Siakam. I'm trying to thinking of the other teams. You know, we just got an Amen Thompson, so if the Rockets win, we're not getting a Amen. So I don't know. Some of these players I'm not really looking forward to. A lot of the big cards that you would want for the Invincible got eliminated in the first round. Like Bron, Luka, Giannis.
Yeah, I guess when you put it like that, yeah.
I mean, that's on purpose. To be fair, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think their desire is to give us an invincible that's the best card in the game at whatever position it comes out
That's
after
true.
the finals. Like that's not the goal. Last year they gave us 100 overall Jason Tatum, 100 overall Jaylen Brown, 100 overall Derek White. and
Everybody
Jason
except
Tatum or something.
KP.
Yeah, basically all the Celtics except for the one that everybody wanted.
And KP came out the next week in packs.
They know what they're doing, man. They
Yeah,
know
they
exactly
do.
what they're doing. If the Celtics win the finals, I hope y'all are excited for Invincible Peyton Pritchard because that is going to be the card.
Probably.
And I'm okay with like the pink diamonds being the first round because I'm not gonna lie, like the pink diamond Braun, Giannis, and Paolo weren't bad. I took them in the triple threat and won a couple of games.
Yep.
And I'd rather have, obviously, I'd love to have an Opal Braun, but I would love to see more shine go to a guy that might not get a card. As far as on the way up to the Invincible. Obviously, I want the Invincible to be a great card, but I want the Opals and Dark Matters to be a card that might be like a team favorite. Like if you're a Pacers fan, you might, I don't know the Pacers like that. I don't know ball for real, but there might be a player, a TJ McConnell might not get a card all year. If you're a Pacers fan, you would love an Opal TJ McConnell.
He 5'11".
Yeah, man. You know what else? I think they should add Evos. We just don't get Evos anymore, man. I love evolution cards.
We
I
haven't
love
had
them.
Evo
They're so
since
fun.
the first set of the game.
Yeah, I know.
Not
They're
even
so
the first
fun,
set,
man.
the welcome to 2K cards.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
know.
they
Well,
did
no,
them
no,
in-
we get one every season. I'm lying.
Yeah, we get the
get
level
one terrible Evo card
Yeah.
for level 1 every season. Yeah, you're right.
Like you weren't fucking with the Amethyst Wimby?
Everybody was gassing that card like 2K was about to give us a good Wimby.
Bro,
25
Evo
speed.
from 25 speed to 25 speed.
Oh,
They should have made it 26 just to really stick it.
Just to really troll.
Y'all thought.
Oh, dude.
I'm looking at all the Evo cards in my collection, and it's bad.
Dude, they're so fun. I don't know why we don't get them anymore. I love Evo cards. Like we didn't even get Evo cards for New Year's, right?
No.
And that's usually what we get is Evo cards for New Year's. I don't think we got that this year.
Yeah, they got. Well, we got.
And I was hoping, not to cut you off, my bad.
Well, 2K23, the way they did the playoff cards was so cool because they dropped playoff cards for like every player who would play
Yes.
on the team.
Yup.
And then based on their performances in the playoffs, they were evolving. And you could make MT off of it. You could invest in cards on the market
were
thinking
right.
they might get an Evo. Is like, it was really neat because it was like a guessing game whether or not a player was going to get an Evo or not. And if they did, they were going to go up in price. So you could invest in it. It was like new content on a weekly basis, seeing what cards got Evo'd. And some of them turned into really good cards. Like
Yep.
I remember there's a Mitchell Robinson that got Evo'd all the way from like Ruby to Dark Matter throughout the playoffs and became a really, really good card. And it was like stuff like that was super neat to me. And even the tournament battles, the Evos that they did in 2K24, of all the terrible things in that game, that was kind of cool.
I agree.
And I don't know.
And that's what I was gonna say. I was hoping like we got like a tournament battles type grind for playoffs, because tournament battles was amazing in my opinion.
It was cool.
One of the better things. Well, that was last year, right?
Yep.
Probably one of the best things they did last year. We got the granddaughter watching the pod, so let's be family friendly, y'all.
know
Nah,
what else?
Freebase knew what he was getting into when he put.
What else was cool about those cards you said? Like where you could make MT, like invest and like pick and choose. It felt like you were playing an NBA game. You know what I mean? Because it was directly related to what's going on currently in the NBA at that moment. Like we don't get moments cards anymore. I mean, we get those moment challenges, but I mean that's not current day NBA. Yeah, I enjoyed it, man.
It's a while back now, but I don't know if you guys were even playing back then. The dynamic ratings and the heat check cards.
Yeah, I love those, bro.
I love that concept because that's one thing that's really cool about the MLB. It's you can invest in cards based on how they're playing in real life, and that is one of the coolest parts about it.
I
It's
agree.
an NBA game. If you take away their names, it has nothing to do with the NBA. For the most part. I mean, we got these playoff spotlights just now, but for the first 6 to 7 months of the game, there's nothing connecting this game to the actual NBA besides the names on the jerseys.
I agree.
Not to mention we have a team full of non-current NBA players. Like,
Yeah.
they drop live series stuff at the beginning of the year. Like, one of the coolest things about MLB, live series cards are still some of the best cards in the game. Like, there's a lot of really good ones.
Yep.
They drop live series in 2K, whatever they call Series 1 every year or whatever.
Yep.
And it's useless. I mean, we just get base cards that are basically pack fodder and nothing else.
They're never
entire
usable.
year. Yeah.
I just built the other day for a video a day 1 God Squad. There was not a single card that was a Series 1 card on the lineup, and that is a day 1 best squad in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not a single one of them made the lineup.
that's a problem.
I agree.
Because they dropped gems of the game day 1, which already all cleared. Like Anthony Davis was better than Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could play power forward on the Gems of the Game one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we didn't get a set 2. We usually get a set 2. We usually get a playoffs one. We didn't get that.
But
Those are
speaking
generally
of like
terrible
live
too, so-
series, how AD can only play center, that is one thing. If I had to pick one thing from the beginning of the game that I liked that they did, position locks have been a lot more prevalent this year.
Yeah.
Like we
Oh,
just
yeah.
now got a Wemby that could play power forward.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I like that.
For the most part, obviously the live series cards were kind of like OD with it. Like LeBron could only play power forward.
Yeah.
But like as we progress through the game, like everybody was mad that Michael Beasley could only play small forward, power forward. Adam Morrison only small forward, power forward. I kind of like it.
100%. I agree.
It makes you strategize your lineup a lot more. It took a lot longer. Like the only big point guard we had for the longest time was Magic.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I'd say I like about the beginning of the year through now.
I
I'm
agree.
not looking forward to out of position, even though
Me either.
Ron is more than likely coming in that, and that's the only card that I've been waiting for.
You ready to get
But-
some honey poured on you?
Yeah, whatever it takes, man. But
you got 10 million MT saved? Because you're
no,
Yeah.
no, we're gonna I don't know. We're gonna have to make sacrifices.
You're not getting them
over
then.
here.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
to tell
We're
you.
gonna have to make sacrifices. I
Dude.
saw Ant pull Giannis. I need to pull Bron.
I mean, how many Wimbies were there day 1 between both consoles? It was like 20, 25, I think, in total.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of
Not
There was
many.
like one on the auction
That's
house.
pitiful, man. And I
But,
see him
but if
going
you
for
go
like
on
20
Twitter,
mil.
you swear there was a lot of them.
There's 5 on the PlayStation right now.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Right now, there are 6 Dr. J's, 1 Giannis, and 1 Wimby on the auction house. 8 total Invincible cards on the auction house on Xbox.
Yep, it's rough.
W. Nice
It's
2K
rough, man. It
Yeah,
really
but
is.
but Ant's got one of them.
type shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
there you go. Honestly, I don't know if there's an Invincible Giannis on PlayStation right now. Let me look. You might have to sell him.
Hey, low key, I was thinking about selling mine. I put 32 legends on them, and then I saw one sell with 40 legend badges, only like 5.6.
Oh no, fuck
That's it?
that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Swear,
Oh,
like
keep
on
it
everything,
on.
bro. Yeah, I'm saying.
That's crackhead prices.
I mean, but let's not pretend that 5.6 million is like small. Like that's new this year, okay? Because you remember 2K19, the limited edition cards only 23 in the world. Those would cap out at like 5 million. This
Yeah,
new
but if I-
5 million, 10 million thing's ridiculous.
MT is different.
But if I
this
had
year.
if I had a
Spend
40 legend badge Giannis, I'd be like, cool. Let me go sell this Giannis to try and get a Wimby. You're not even halfway
Exactly. Exactly. Not even not even close. I don't know, man. It's ridiculous. It really is.
How do you like? I just don't understand how this many people have 15+ million MT.
I
I
know.
really don't understand because I don't even know if I want to necessarily call it buying MT. I mean, I know it's happening, but is this all because of the Hall of Fame boxes and how much money people are spending? The 50.
But Hall of
The
Fame
events.
boxes,
Hall of Fame
the Hall of
boxes.
Fame
You're not
boxes
making MT
are
off of Hall of Fame
unsellable.
boxes.
Yeah. Where are everybody
events.
getting these like the last 2 events that kind of cook the MT making
Yeah,
methods?
it's
So,
still
like,
those old events. I mean,
Well,
MT stays here, man.
Those old events, the MT doesn't exactly disappear. I mean, it does a
Exactly.
little bit with the auction house tax, but it doesn't really. I mean, I didn't grind
Yep.
the event like some other people did. I made between those 2-3 events 3 million MT,
Yep.
and I didn't grind it as much as a lot of other people did. I know
And
people
that-
were
yeah.
grinding several pieces and stuff.
Yep. Now think
And-
about those people that spent $500.
Right.
And that's something people aren't like. I was arguing with people on Twitter the other day. And, Twitter's such a fun place. The issue
best.
is that even if people like, what's the word for it? They refuse to buy packs. Like, no, I'm done buying packs. I'm done spending money. Whatever they put that price at Wimby at, as far as like how many packs you got to pull to get them, there is a certain demographic of people that are gonna do it until they get them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so that's where the MT is coming from. If someone's spending fucking $3,000
Yeah.
trying to get Wimby, you know how
Dude.
many Dark Matters they're pulling, how many Opals they're pulling, how many 100
Exactly.
overalls they might be pulling. That's where the MT's coming from.
the
People
whales
that
are evolving.
everybody that's spending $20 million on the Wimby,
Yeah.
that's people that have spent $3,000 per drop.
Hey, y'all seen the crazy live stream me and Mojo did, man? Combined 6 million VC. Didn't pull a thing though. Either one of us didn't pull a single thing. It was a fun live stream though. It was the most viewed live stream I've had, so it was fun, but didn't pull a dang thing.
How much money is 3 million? VC?
Dude, a lot of money. It's like 7, 8. It's a lot of money, bro.
And you
So I wanted to talk about this. He said if they want to bring the prices down, they make the Hoff boxes sellable. So here's the thing: I don't think they do want to bring the prices down.
because they're making more money
Because
anyway.
I'd say Hoff boxes are significantly better for the person that spends $100 a month than the person that spends $1,000 a drop. The Hoff boxes is more of like a, hey, here's a great way to get a chance at some really good cards. They're going to be unauctionable, but you can build a team off this box.
Yeah.
If they make those sellable, then the prices will drop drastically, and then now people aren't going to be spending as much money because Wimby, instead of being 20 million, might be 15, might be 10.
Yeah.
And yeah, 2K doesn't want that. I say the Hoff box is great, but they would never make it sellable. If they did, they
yeah.
nerf the odds drastically.
I like the Hoff boxes and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, but like, I feel like they are better for the people who don't have like the absolute best team in the world, because you can tell when you open them, you're going to get the same 100s every time you open them. You're going to get Chris Webber. You're going to get Devin Booker. You're going to get those. Okay.
or if you got the gaming dad, like get a Paolo.
You get a Paolo. Yep.
I pulled Shea out of one of the two. I pulled Shea and Penny. So
Shay's a dub.
Yeah,
Shay's
yeah.
one of the-
In the last event, I
Yeah.
pulled Shea. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, and plus they're $100, man. Do you remember 2K23? You could go spend $50 and get Invincible Wimby for free, or not for free, but for $50 guaranteed.
Yep. You could literally get any card in the game for $50. Every
Exactly.
single drop, they put all the top tier cards out, and you could buy them for $50.
Exactly.
Which was felt insane at the time, and now looking back, it's like, oh, that'd be nice.
Hoff boxes were sellable. No return. I was able to sell my
Yeah, I sold my Reem.
I was able to sell my
And
Chris
my
Webber.
J.R. Smith.
They were sellable on accident for like
Yeah.
on accident.
I was able to sell my
wasn't
Chris
on
Webber.
Because I had people in my chat like, yo, they're sellable. I'm about to buy one. Then they come back like, yo, it's not sellable for me. I'm like, damn, they got you, bro.
Free advertisement. That's what that was.
Hell yeah. Damn.
Made a lot. That was, it might have been on accident, but that was intentional because you know how many people went and bought them because
You're exactly
it's
right.
sellable.
Yeah. You should have seen my comment section for like 2 weeks after I sold my Chris Webber. It's crazy. I felt bad, man.
Clickbaiting.
Oh man, are we going back to the clickbait thing? They were frying me. And what video was it? Because you were in my stream that day. I posted. I think it was like I pulled my first Dark Matter.
Yeah.
And I posted the wrong video because I did 2 pack openings that same drop, and I posted the first one already like the day before, and then I did a second pack opening and pulled a Dark Matter, so I titled that whatever, and everybody was frying me in the comments. You fucking clickbaiter! Like I hate YouTubers like you. And then Ant comes in the chat. I think he saw the card I pulled. I was like, yeah, go watch the vid, bro. I pulled it, and he comes back. He's like, dog, I watched the whole video.
Ain't shit in there.
Nothing. Ain't nothing in there. So I had to go back and apologize to all the commenters. I was like, oh yeah, you know what? You right. That's my bad.
Sounds like
Oh,
another
content
creator.
creator.
Sounds like another creator out there. No shots though.
Nah, I want to know who you're talking about.
You already know I'm talking about Carlos, man.
Oh,
Damn. Whoa.
damn.
All right,
No, but for real, I know
I'll talk
he
to y'all later.
clickbaits.
Bye.
And I got caught.
Y'all getting me in trouble.
JC's like, I was just
He's
here.
innocent.
All right? Like,
Yeah, he's here. He's just a witness.
say
He's
I'm
here.
an innocent bystander.
there's gonna be a video coming like a YouTube short or something. JC2k says he hates Carlos story. All right, so let's talk about the glitch set a little bit. We've all talked about it in videos on stream. Definitely top to bottom, the best set we've had. Even if you don't include the Invincible 100 overalls, every card in this set's great. Even the cards, as far as like, I gotta pull that, like Sasha Vujacic is a fucking demon. His jump shot's so smooth. Anthony Black is super good. Walker Kessler, like top to bottom, the set's good. So what leads me to ask you guys, we're at the point where every card that's coming out is good. Are we in game 2K?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the set, like I said, every card plays in the event. Almost every single card can play, and like you said, it's just a matter of the point. Like now, just pick a card you like and badge it up.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
It's different than other end games for sure, but yeah, it's definitely in game.
I don't know if this is unpopular or if this is a popular thing. Endgame's my least favorite time of the year.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
you're unpopular. I think almost everybody else would disagree with you.
It's just there's no.
Nah, I'm
uniqueness
with
about
Josh
it.
on this one.
I think I'm with
Facts.
them too.
There's no.
This shit's just
uniqueness to it.
dead.
Everybody's
This-
just getting the same SIGs. You're just. All right. Well, my Shaq's gonna do the exact same thing as
But you can't use
Anthony
Shaq the way I use Shaq.
Okay, then I'll go to Anthony Edwards and he has the exact same SIGs. I mean, you're literally paying for height at this point in the year.
That and the dribble six. Like I agree with JC. I like to dribble when I play this. A lot of the cards you could afford like a month ago could not move. Like they couldn't, and the
Right.
cards that you couldn't obtain could move. And the people that had the cards that you couldn't obtain were just gonna dog you because they could move and you can't. So now we're starting to get cards that are a little bit cheaper that can move, which I like.
Okay,
that.
so JC, so I want to hear your opinion on this because I have a follow-up question.
Okay. On specifically whether it's in game or with the SIGs.
Whether people are enjoying in-game.
I think the honest truth is I think we have to look at this from a couple different perspectives, because I think there's this perspective of somebody like us who's been playing the game and is pretty invested in the game on a year-round basis. Really, regardless of skill level, if you're playing the game a lot, you're probably going to enjoy it more towards the beginning of the year when it's fresher and newer and maybe a bit more balanced than somebody who's a casual player and might hop on the game in April because they know that they can shoot threes with Shaq, or they can dunk with Steph Curry, or whatever the case may be. For the people who literally do nothing but play domination, you know what I mean? Because like I think we can all remember when we first started playing the game, we probably weren't grinding online. I mean, whether you are or not now, like at the end, there's just a difference, I think, in the way that people play in the 2K community for the people watching the stream and playing and making these videos and creating content versus the people who are just loading up the game because they can get a Shaq that can shoot threes. You know what I mean?
And that's a good way to look at it because, like you said, my first time playing my team, I was looking up videos on the best way to get enough my team points to get 3 stars in domination. Like
You used to have to cheese it and stuff. You had to do like post fades
Yeah.
and all types of stuff in order to get 3 stars.
Yep.
so. My follow up to you was you answered that very well, like different perspectives. This is my first year making money on YouTube. So if there's a big chunk of people that say, in game the cards are the same, SIGs are the same, etc. This is, from what I understand, this is where like the most money comes in my team YouTube.
It absolutely is. 100. I mean, I just had my best views day ever on Friday, ever on my channel. So yeah, I think the honest truth is that more people are playing now. So whether people say they don't like it or not, the people who are playing Park, they're playing Park because they got these 99s early in the year. They're not the same type of 99s as my team, obviously, but they're playing Park because they can get the SIGs they want, they can get the animations they want. They're playing with their friends, and they play that for a few months. It gets a little stale. December, January, February, March, they'll come over to my team. Even more of them will come over to my team when you can start getting stuff for free and you can start getting better cards for cheap. And there's a lot more budget cards now than there were at the beginning of the year. It's one of the few things that I actually think they've done pretty well the last couple months in 25 is there are a lot of good budget cards. And so I think what it creates is, a lot of the diehard my team community play the game year round will say that they don't enjoy the game as much in in-game. But there's a lot of people who aren't a part of that diehard community who might be Park guys or, again, like I was talking about, casuals or whatever, who come over to the game later in the year. There's definitely a larger player base towards in-game, 100%, whether
right.
we feel like we enjoy in-game more or not.
Yep,
Definitely.
I agree. It's all the Park, like you said, it's all the Park players that come over.
And it's all the Park players combined with some people come playoff time get that itch to play 2K. Some people might not play 2K all year. You watch some playoff basketball, you're like, fuck it, let me load up. Whether you played my team last year or you never played my team, you love to play some play now, and you've been hearing about this my team thing. This around this time, people like playing basketball.
Is 2K free right now? They usually go free, right?
I don't think it's free
Probably
yet, but
$5.
I would assume it will be very soon, and it's
Yeah.
cheap anyway.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
think
say
it'll
when it
probably
gets
be
cheap,
free
yeah,
once the finals are over.
probably.
Because I feel like once the season stops, that's when it starts to get a little stale.
I feel.
Because the people are losing their interest in the NBA because they're gearing up for, football or whatever's right around the corner. Because that's how I feel it is with a lot of sports games. Once the season for that sport is over, they really got to get creative with content because it's not right there for them.
Yeah, I feel. Haven't we gone free like really early in the year though before? I think we have. Or like
Last-
Game
Yeah, I
Pass
think
or
there
something
was
like
there
that.
was one year where it was free like at All Star or something. I think.
Yeah. So I mean that'll probably help with player count and people coming in here, but I don't know.
And this is a good point. I feel like we say this all the time too, but as money hungry as the game is this year, if you pulled early, the cards lasted quite a bit.
That's facts.
Like if you
There
pulled
was-
LeBron, there was not gonna be another small forward that really piqued your interest until maybe Paul George wasn't better than LeBron. I guess Dr. J, but Dr. J played the two.
Yeah.
Paul George played the two though, no?
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, really, there
Who
wasn't
was the
really a
You
better
could run
small
both
forward.
of them
Who
and
was
still
this-
be straight.
Who was the first small forward who was actually better than Pink Diamond Braun?
Let's see.
I think you could debate Beasley offensively.
Beasley was
Eh,
season 4. I would
yeah.
say Opal. Well, I mean, we got Opal Giannis, Opal LeBron at the end of season 3.
Oh,
Until
so
then, it was probably Braun was the best
Yeah.
small forward in the game until
Yeah.
the end of season 3. I think.
Yeah, because in season 1, the closest thing you had was Paul George. Season 2,
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah.
Paul George.
Paulo was. in
KD
season 2.
wasn't better. Paolo was great, not better. Dr. J was better at the 2.
We got Tatum at the end of season 2, but he wasn't better.
The
than
Opal
Diamond
Tatum
Braun.
probably wasn't even better than Pink Diamond Brown.
No. I mean,
yeah, so it
the
might-
longevity in cards was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, y'all seen my pack openings. It's like I spent a lot of money on the game, but I sell everything for videos. I still use Pink Diamond Wimby because I sell every other card that I get. I use all my old cards. I still use Pink Diamond Wimby. I used Pink Diamond Beasley all the way up until like a month ago. I still use all of my old cards, like and that's from season 2, 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used Pink Diamond Beasley till the Dark Matter came out. I used Dr. J till I pulled Peja, or not
Yeah.
Peja till I pulled Penny a week and a
Yeah.
half, 2 weeks ago. I mean, I was using Wimby until yesterday.
And they're still usable.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I still have Pink Diamond, Dr. J, and Wimby in my lineup.
yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yep. I agree.
And it's crazy. You could say like literally most other Pink Diamonds. I mean, obviously these new ones are really good, but I'd say before this drop, if you see any other Pink Diamond in someone's lineup, you're like, oh man, like this dude's a scrub. But if you see Pink Diamond Braun or Pink Diamond Wimby or Pink Diamond, who else?
There was a Bender. When Bender came out, he was pretty
Or
good.
Beasley, Bender. There's select Pink Diamonds, but besides those, like normally in any other 2K, be like, oh, this guy is trash.
Yeah,
But there's certain Pink Diamonds that can still be in the lineup today.
for sure. Like I said, I still run Wimby with success, Pink Diamond Wimby, especially now with the coaches. That's the one thing from the vents that I kind of have liked. Like if you can do the grinds and get the coach, you still have the old cards. I mean, now you got +5 speed and agility on Pink Diamond Wimby. I mean, that helps a lot. So that's another big plus to those events is the coaches.
you can get
But
Opal
also-
Wimby for less than $1 million now. Sorry, I just
You said what?
you can get Opal Wimby for less than $1 million.
I
Now.
know.
It's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
damn, that's crazy.
But I was gonna say the drawback from the coaches are also like the takeovers are built a lot different.
Yeah, that's
Like you know,
true. I
this
love
year,
takeovers though.
I like the takeover system better this year. But last year, you got to think instead of just saying you want +7, 3, whatever, you could build your dream shoe. You could put +5, 3, +5 speed, +5 strength. It was a lot easier to make that Pink Diamond Wimby a little bit better.
Yeah, I love the takeover though, man, because it's almost like real hoops. You know, like when you're playing basketball, like IRL, you get hot, you feel like you do better and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it feels like real hoops. You go out there, you do one good thing, and you get a boost. I like that a lot. I like the takeover system.
Here's a good question. Do y'all think starting the year with Pink Diamonds off rip as the highest tier or Amis at the highest tier like last year was better?
I think it depends on the type, right?
Can I just say in between would be ideal in my opinion?
Yeah,
I'd rather
100%.
start with Diamonds day one. I feel like
Yeah.
that's the perfect balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I think the issue with this year is that if you don't have Pink Diamond LeBron, it shows. That's the drawback
Yeah.
from the longevity of Pink Diamond Bron. If you had Pink Diamond Bron day one, it was a day and night, skill. It was no skill gap because there was no small forward, like we said, until
Well, I don't actually agree with that, to be totally honest. Like I don't know if y'all remember, I wagered Carlo in like season 1 or season 2, because of some stupid stuff that happened with King of the Court.
yeah, I do remember you. Yeah, that was bad. I remember what you're talking
Because
about.
I was trolling him about him playing current gen King of the Court, and he
Yeah,
made a
yeah,
video
yeah,
about it, and I was like, okay, let's wager then. So we did, and he had Pink Diamond Braun, and he had Diamond Westbrook, and he had pretty much all the best cards in the game. He had Pink Diamond Hidden Gem David Thompson, who was actually a monster at that point. He had all the really good cards. I basically had Pink Diamond Kareem and a bunch of guys. I didn't have Pink Diamond Braun. I didn't have Westbrook. I didn't have all those cards. Ruby James Posey did just fine against Pink Diamond Braun, to be totally honest. Like I feel like at that point in the game, the best cards were not nearly as pay to win because they didn't have the things that separated them the way that the best cards now have, with Yao being 99 speed at 7.6 and perfect segs on all the invincibles as giants at their position and stuff.
So
That's
I would
true.
say one LeBron, like the big thing with LeBron is more so like the animations he gets. Not that he like, his defensive animations, his bully animations. And two, I know you said you used to be good at 2K in the intro. Like, let's just be real. Like, don't click this and say like Carlo's not trash, but there's levels to this shit. At one point, you were in the running for 250K. You're pretty damn good at this game.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Yeah.
Like someone who like is like maybe decent at the game that has James Posey compared to someone that's decent at the game with LeBron,
Exactly.
there's gonna be a difference.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like if you aren't in tier 1, those players.
Yeah, because I'm the definition of mid at this game. I ran into what's his name, OTL NATO.
Yeah.
In my team, I had like that team with LeBron, with Russ, with Will. He was running like Amethyst, Anthony Davis, Gems of the Game, and some other shit. And I was able to keep it like until the fourth quarter. I kept it within a couple points, but it ended up being belt ass. So like if you're good, you're gonna be good.
It depends on who's using the card for sure. I agree.
That's a fair point. I think that for the majority of the community that probably isn't quite as good at the game.
Yeah.
I just think this year's the most pay to win it's ever been, regardless, to be totally
Yeah.
honest. I think it's worse now than it was than it was at the beginning of the year, is my perspective. But because now it's like, I lost to a guy in tier 1 a couple days ago, who had Yao and Giannis and KD and all those cards, and I have a good team. Like, I'm sure some of y'all have seen my team. I've got a pretty good team. I don't have that type of team, and I lost to that guy, and I felt like I was like not just a little better than him. I felt like I was a lot better than him. And it was one of those very few times that I would say I've actually lost just exclusively because of cards. And it was like, that's something that I didn't feel like happened to me very much in the past. And that's like almost new to this year, is where the cards, when you have play against the best team, are literally that much better, to where you feel like you're significantly better than your opponent and still lose. I feel like that's almost new to this year.
Yeah, because I was pretty blind to that because I've been playing almost exclusively Park these past couple seasons. And I ran into 100 overall Yao, and despite him having 99 speed or whatever, you can run around him. It's super easy. I played, like, I'm telling you, like, I don't know if it was Wilt or Shaq at the time. I just went at him every single time. The showdown, I went into King of the Court the other day, and I saw what everybody's talking about now. I ran into a team that had Yao, that there was just pretty much nothing I could do against him. And I have 100 overall Wilt. So I see what you're saying. You said what?
There's way less space on the court in 5s and 3s.
Exactly.
They take up way more space. And
Oh, the
when everyone's 6'10" and taller on their team, basically, besides their point guard, it's tough.
Yep.
Wait, JC, did you win 250K?
Carlo did not win 250K,
Carlo-
by the way.
Carlo lost
Oh, that's it.
in the
He-
finals
yeah,
of
he
250K.
did.
Oh,
win
I misread that. I thought it
I-
said
I-
JC won 250K.
No, I made the Final Four in 2K22.
Yeah.
Carlo technically made the finals in 2K23, but we're not going to talk about that.
And I don't
He did
know
not
where
win.
this narrative came from that Carlo won.
Yeah.
Because
It's,
because he won Xbox, didn't he?
He did win Xbox. yes.
Yeah, but
That's why
still,
people think it. He won his console. That's
Well, I
probably
think
what
because people
think.
are just calling it the 250K as
Yeah.
opposed to like he won 250K.
yeah,
Like this, I don't know.
he definitely didn't win it, and the competition was missing.
Don't do that. I mean,
I mean, I'm not hating on Carlo. I think
I-
he's
I know,
a decent
I know.
player.
Well, I don't think what ISO's saying is wrong at all. If I was in that
I'm not saying I do
250K,
either, but-
I would have won
Yeah.
the whole thing. 100%.
Half the
no
community
doubt
was
about it.
gone.
because wasn't
Every
like the
single
top out of the
competitive player
top
would've.
100? Wasn't like 97 of them?
Dude, they were gone.
Every single top
Everybody.
tier competitive player that I can think of
Yes.
was disqualified.
Yes.
Every single one.
It's so crazy to even think back on that.
It was a wild west we were living in. Like I was loading up MT. I wasn't even buying cards. I was like, this is cheap pack openings. I was like, hell yeah! I'm ripping $5 million in packs this Friday. Let's rock! Like it was crazy times we lived in, man.
I agree with you, Ganja. I like that comment. I agree. It depends on the user, for sure.
All right, let's get into this glitch event a little bit. So I kind of predicted this event would be cards wise very good. But before we talk about it, let's go around the horn. Quick rating 1 through 10 all together, not just content wise.
I'll kick it off. I'll give it a solid. Are we talking out of 10? I give it like a 3. I like the lower tier cards, but like overall, like you can see 2K is testing the water with how greedy they can get, and they're winning. They're winning. So that's why I don't like it. But the lower tier cards, like the Amethyst, Klingon is very good. Like I do like that. And then the free, I liked the puzzle locker code for the free Opal because that guarantees you some of the cards, the free 10-pack box, whatever. But overall, I just don't like the direction that 2K is taking it. They're testing the waters with us. Is what they're doing.
All right, Josh.
I'll go right down the middle with like a 5. I think there's good cards, but each event I feel like just gets more and more pay to win. And as someone who I'm like made a decision. The only other card this year I'm spending money for is Braun. So as someone who's not going to spend money on this drop, it's like, I mean, it's cool, but there's nothing I can really do. I'm not going to rip packs and get pieces, so it all depends on what free stuff they put out as to what I'm going to be able to get from this event, which it sucks, but at the same time, there are cards that you can get. But if you've been playing this game all year and there's no money spent, it kind of sucks for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and
I'm gonna go like a 5 as well. I think that only comes from like just because I'm not participating in the event, I'm not really going for anybody, and that's because 2K got me on the last 2 events. Like I got KD and I got Melo, so like I'm kind of drained right now. Like, all right, 2K, y'all got it, gang. Like I can't keep up with y'all, bro. Like, so but I could see, I guess, why people do enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like a 5. I got no interest in it, but it's cool for some people if they're going for Jokic, Jimmy Butler. They're good cards. It's just hella expensive to get, so it's cool.
all right,
I'd rather
JC.
watch content than create on it.
I think if you're comparing it to the 2K25 as a whole, the events have probably been the most interesting part of 2K25. So if I'm comparing to specifically 2K25 and I'm calling the All-Star event like a 9, or nothing was a 10 out of 10 on this game, not a thing. But if we're calling All-Star event a 9 out of 10, this is like a 6. I mean, the MT method is gone. Jokic is extremely pay to win, and so is Jimmy. And honestly, the 100 overalls aren't particularly attainable either if you're not spending money, but they weren't last one either. And I mean, Peja's a great card. Giddy's a great card. Klingon's a great card. You can get all 3 of those guys, no money spent 100%. You can get legend badges. You can get a 10 box. You can get another 10 box from the challenges. It's not great, right? But there's a lot of amazing salary cap cards that I didn't mention in it, and then you're going to be able to get a couple of top tier cards and guys like Giddy, Peja, Klingon. So I think it's better than your average weekend of 2K content this year, but not by a huge amount. So I'm going to give it a 6.
Yeah, see, I was gonna go 7. I'll be that guy. Mainly based on the fact they're trying to make the community day.
crazy.
Guilty.
Next,
Mainly
make
based
your
on the
gamer dad.
fact that like you said, no money spent. I did the math. If you do everything, no money spent, and this isn't including if you get top 50% in King of the Court, which people are saying if you win all 3 of your games, you'll make top 50%. But I'm not familiar with the setup, so I'm not sure how that works.
I won all
But,
3 of my games yesterday and made top 50%. So
Okay,
I only
so
played 3
if you
games and I got top 50. Yeah.
So let's just say you're getting 2 for King of the Court. If you do all the no money spent stuff, you could walk away with one of the 15 collectible pieces. So Ben or K Love. One of the 8 collectible pieces. So Giddy or Peja, and Klingon.
Yeah,
All 3
that
of
part's a
them.
dub for sure.
And then
some legend badges and stuff.
And then I said that the main thing 2K could do to make this event better than other events was play into nostalgia, which we didn't get the glitch market, unfortunately. But they did, play into it a tiny bit with the Tai Lu, with the free locker codes. The Opal locker code got you a free 10 box. Tai Lu is, a fun card to use. Salary cap, he's great for salary cap. So overall, I'm going 7. Obviously, what brings it down is the fact that Jokic and Jimmy Butler, you have to not only spend money, you have to spend crazy amounts of money to get. Harden isn't that good in my opinion, but if you did want Harden, you could probably get Harden spending a little bit of money combined with all the no money spent stuff. So ignoring Chet, Dirk, and the Invincibles, I'm giving it like a 7. That's just me.
I think that's
that's a
valid
fair
too.
rating.
See, and the reason, again, I don't want to sound like a hater because I said 3, but the reason I said 3 is because I like Park, like my career Park. I come to my team because I like to use my favorite players. If I didn't want to use my favorite players, I'd just play my career. I don't want 2K locking my favorite players behind a $2,000 paywall. I like Jokic. I'm going to go for Jokic for a video, but other than that, I'm really not going to use him that much. I don't want 2K to test the waters, see that they're going to, because revenue's up 30%. I don't want this to be a new thing all the time, like where you can only get KD, Giannis, and Jokic by spending $2,000. I'd rather come in here and be able to use the players I want to use.
Bro, you different. You getting Jokic to not even use them?
I don't play the game besides videos,
That's
man.
great. You different. You're different. You're different.
I don't play the game besides videos, man. I don't.
I give it to you, gang.
You're locked in.
Yeah,
Hell
you
yeah,
know.
I respect it.
Yes, sir. Game is game.
I don't even have a comment on that. I'm not. That seems.
I mean, dude.
I'm just gonna say this. That seems financially irresponsible.
It is 100%. 100% it is, and that's my point. That's why I don't like it. I don't think what 2K is doing is right, because there's going to be people that do this that don't even make content. And that's because the game's over in a few months, and then it's gone in 2 years. So I don't like that.
Reset button soon too.
Yeah, I don't like that direction that 2K is going. So the events are cool though for like budgets and stuff like that. But like if it's gonna be locking like people like Jokic and stuff, I don't like that.
And the issue too with like the Jokic is like I get for YouTube purposes, you want to get it ASAP. But by the end of next season, they will be equivalent to Jokic cards.
It's gonna be a Wemby at the point.
Yep, exactly.
So it's like
will be.
with it being locked in and unsellable, it's just like you're spending godly amounts of money for a card that is going to be a decent, not cheap, but a decently cheaper version of by the end of next season. I mean,
Yep, I agree.
all right. Anything else we need to talk about before we get into just some questions for JC? Anything we missed, chat? Josh and ISO, anything we feel like we missed?
I don't think so. I think we hit it all.
Who's coming over here? You guys take over for a second. Hold on.
Gotcha.
We could start asking some of the questions we have for JC.
Go for it. Let it rip.
Well, I was gonna say let me start it off because JC. So like
What's
2
up?
weeks ago, Josh 2K
Evangeline
was
is gonna cut
saying,
you off real quick. Hold on.
huh? Oh,
He told you shut up.
Say
You're
hi.
about to steal some-
Say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
can she hear us?
Hi.
No, she can't hear y'all.
I bet we'll just hit her with a wave.
All right, so go ahead and my fault.
All right, so Josh 2K was saying that he could pack you up in a showdown game. So I was just wondering what you thought about that. Like,
But hold on, before he answers, there's actually I'll add something to that.
Oh,
I
so but you're not
actually-
saying he's not lying though. You did those words came out your mouth.
Those
Because
words
you're
never
not
came out of
saying.
my mouth.
nah, he said it. Stand on
I
business.
thought you-
I'll tell you one thing though.
What
I
words
ran
did
into
come out of your
JC
mouth?
in salary cap like last season or 2 seasons ago. I played the
did?
first 3 possessions. I was like, I don't have time for this. He's got it. It was getting ugly, and I was like, I don't want to do this right now. I was on stream. I was
I was
like,
in that stream. I remember.
I was like,
that.
I'm on stream. I do not want this smoke right now.
And when you're playing
off-camera
a player the caliber of like JC, it really depends on like those first 4 or 5 possessions.
I
If
was
those
down,
first
like,
4 or
7-0.
5 possessions look, if they look okay, like you're like, I got a couple stops, I got a couple buckets, fuck it, let's lock in. But those first 5 possessions like go bad, you're like, you know what? Nah, you got it.
I felt like defensively, I wasn't playing bad. He was still getting buckets, but on offense, I was just in a box, and I was like, I don't really want to do this right now.
All right, Whams.
I really hate who, bro. He's mad funny.
Oh my god.
That is a wild comment.
Jalen, I did say that. Ant doesn't want to see me any day of the week.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting on the invite, bro. That's crazy.
So it wasn't ISO, it was Ant.
ISO doesn't want to see me either. None of them want.
Okay.
I won't say anything to JC.
We
because
can
he
match
qualified.
teams. Hey, we can match
Qualified.
teams. We can go card for card
guys-
match teams and do it right now.
We'll talk after this.
Talk to him.
We'll let JC answer because
what was the question there?
It wasn't really a question. It was just
was,
when you gonna see him? That was the question.
he already saw me, and it ended quickly.
Anytime.
Josh backpedaling. That's crazy.
Backpedaling.
Because I was in the stream. Josh was really like, man, if this was showdown, I'd be going belt to ass right now.
Thank you, bro.
You guys see my showdown team? You think I said that? You really think I said that?
Chat, somebody go get the clip.
All right. You guys provide a clip. You know what? I'll take the L. But if you can find a clip of that, go ahead. See, I'm not like you. I don't just go out there calling people out that I know are gonna pop me. All right. You
First
call
of all-
out Splash
For
the
first
year of us doing this podcast. You called out Splash on every
first
single
of all,
episode.
Splash
all
Been
right?
ducking. Splash been ducking.
in God's world, anything's possible. First of all,
Type
and
shit.
yes, Splash has been ducking.
Because Gaming Dad DM'd him. He showed me the DMs. And he was like, "Nah, I'm not really trying to play. Like, you got it."
Yeah, so pretty much I won. Really.
Facts.
Basically, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, facts for sure.
No, I feel like.
But yeah,
Splash
Josh is
take a
correct. Like
call out.
the first year we did this podcast, it was almost every other week. I would call out Splash for the
You know,
trolls.
you gotta aim high.
Yeah.
You see, I don't. After losing by 60 points on stream, you really change your expectations for yourself. Okay. You know,
It was-
once you
the
get
game-
a
the
good
game-
ass whooping, you're like,
the game was so
maybe
bad
not."
that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop going. Like I was like
Stop.
clicking between all the tournament games. I was like, I'm just gonna stop clicking on.
Yeah,
that
don't
one.
even click on my stream.
Yeah.
It was, but it's all good. I'm gonna find Gaming God, and I'm gonna get my lick back one day.
All right, but
I played Gaming God in the tournament this year.
All right.
you win?
now-
I did. I won
Yeah.
both games.
Nice.
so Josh, this is the person you want to smoke with.
all
The
right.
person that beat the person that beat you by 60.
Yeah. Well, look. At the time, all right.
I'll play
I
with
was- who was I
blindfold,
talking
that'd
to? I
make it
think I
close.
was talking to ISO.
Damn.
You can't go into a tournament and not have any type of lineup restrictions because he had the best team in the game at the time, and I was a no money spent player at the time.
JC said
Just
he'll
off the
play you
principle.
blindfolded and you can pick his team.
I didn't say to pick a team. I just said blindfolded.
All right, look, guys. I'm
I feel
not
like I could
that
score like
bad.
20 or 30 points blindfolded. The way this game is, I think you're running at the rim. You could
Yeah.
probably score 20 or 30
Yeah,
points.
you could draw a couple fouls.
If you have Wemby on your team, you definitely score at least 35.
Oh yeah.
Any version.
Icon
Except for the
L1.
amethyst.
Go up.
Shout out to Cabrillo. All right, so let's get in a little bit of your content journey. So,
Okay, what's
first
good?
of all, how long have you been doing 2K content?
I started streaming in end of May, June, probably about 5 years ago. So 2020, COVID, is when I started streaming. I started streaming off my Xbox because I didn't really start playing 2K heavy until COVID. And all of a sudden I had a ton of time, and I'd already been playing my team some, like I was in college, freshman in college and stuff. And I was playing the game in my free time a little bit, but not like a ton. But all of a sudden I had a ton of time. And I was like, I just got addicted to the game, started playing a ton, got pretty good. Matched a couple of streamers. I don't know if y'all remember TJ Every Day, but I matched TJ in a showdown game, and I matched I'm Just Isaac as well in an unlimited game at the time. And I lost both of the games, but I lost both of them by like 2 points. And I was like, oh, I looked them up and figured out they're really good. And I was like, I can compete with guys who are really good at the game. So I started playing the game, seeing how good I could really get, start streaming on my Xbox. And then I got a PC, started streaming off my PC, started making content probably, I guess, very end of 2020, early 2021. Didn't start doing it really consistently till later in 2021, probably.
And how long was it before you started to see like, hey, like, I got something going here. Like, I could actually make some money off of this.
Well, I was in college at the time, and I was working part-time as well, but I kind of always thought that it was possible to do as a part-time thing. I had a video in 2K21 that got like 30,000 views. It was like a opening showdown, or I guess unlimited rewards at the time, all the unlimited reward boxes and stuff, and that's kind of the video that made me want to start uploading consistently, because it grew some traction. But I honestly, I kind of went for it with the full-time stuff when I wasn't probably in a position where I really should have. I only had about 13,000 subscribers when I was just like, and I was in my senior year of college. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna upload. Because DBG wasn't uploading as much, and I was like, I'm just gonna upload 6 times a day. I was moving out of my parents' house. I was like, I'm just gonna upload 6 times a day, every single day. We're gonna see what happens. I think,
and that's about what you do now, right? About 6.
Yep. But I mean, I didn't really ever reach. I don't think I was quite at a point where I logically, financially should have gone full time with it. But I did it anyway, because I was pretty confident if I doubled my uploads that it would at least double or triple my revenue, and I could get to that. It worked out. So I've been doing it full time for 2 years now.
God is good.
God is good.
Facts.
Now, one
So-
question I did want to ask you.
Oh.
What is your favorite non-meta card that you've used this year?
Non-meta. Is Diamond Tyson Chandler considered a non-meta card?
I would say so.
Diamond Tyson Chandler. I loved that card.
Yeah, honestly, he was my salary cap goat for a long time.
I also really liked Diamond Ronnie Cycli in season 1. I would say at the time he was considered a meta card, but I loved that card because I felt like he could compete against Diamond Wilt, but he could also shoot the ball a little bit. I loved that card.
Him and Jeff Rulin.
Yes, I liked Ronnie more than Jeff because he was bigger.
And I think I like the shot a little bit better too.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
There's a couple cards I liked.
Yeah, the beginning of the year was such a fun time, man. Because you could use cards like Ronnie Cycli and Jeff Rowland. Go out there and then have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we had a couple more questions here, but we also kind of had some tweets that kind of cover these questions too. So we're going to go ahead and get into some of the Twitter questions. So Hibachi said, going from 250K to nothing to King of the Court, what would be the middle ground to be able to involve and reward everyone while also having rewards for the elite to keep wanting to pay and get the best players?
I don't see why we don't have competitive tournaments. I mean, you look at Madden's competitive scene, you look at FIFA's, you even look at MLB's, you look at like I guess EAFC, MLB, all that. Like, it's just a completely different story versus the total lack of my team competitive that exists through 2K these days. I thought 250K was a flawed system, but I thought it was much more along the lines of what the game needed. King of the Court, they promoted as elite rewards. It's not. It's pointless. It's only elite rewards if you win King of the Court, which is 2 people each week. And it's still not even that great for those 2 people. So there's nothing in this game right now. We just need something. I don't know, middle ground. We're on like 6 feet underground. We're not on the ground. I don't know. I just think any sort of improvement would be nice, honestly.
So you mentioned Madden. So in what most people consider prime 2K, I was in the Madden community.
Okay.
So let me ask you, before my team was prevalent, were there 2K tournaments that were like big? Because I know Madden's had huge tournaments since as long as I've been playing Madden since 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as I can remember, starting like '06, there was huge tournaments every year for Play Now, not for Ultimate Team. They did do a good job of transitioning that to Ultimate Team, which I think is the smartest thing they could have did financially. I don't know how they did it so smoothly, because they got the whole Play Now online comp community to transition to my team, which had to be huge financially. But to stop rambling, was there ever a tournament community before my team?
There was the global championship. Ty won the global championship on 2K20, 2K19, I think, one of those two. There was a Play Now $100,000 tournament that they ran for a few years. I don't think 2K ever really ran a lot of big tournaments like a long time ago, like before I started playing my team. The first 250K tournament was 2K19 or 2K18? I think it was 2K19. There's just never been all that much of a emphasis, I feel like, put on the competitive community from 2K at the same level that Madden's been doing it for 20 years now. I mean, Madden was genius because they transitioned all their tournaments into like Ultimate Team salary cap, and then they eventually went full Ultimate Team. So it was like, you don't have to have the best team in the game. You could just work your team into the salary cap.
But then it's like, but now that we got you here, now you got to have the best team in the game.
Yep. It was smart. It worked. And I mean, at the end of the day, they have $1.4 million in their prize pool in Madden 25. Like people who are finishing 8th place in these tournaments winning $10,000. Like, imagine if 2K had stuff like that, where people who were winning money for being top 16.
Yep.
And like legitimate chunks of money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this next one is a question for everybody. T. Smalls said, if he could implement one thing into my team from Diamond Dynasty, what would it be? But only one.
I guess I'll start at programs. I like the programs. I'll be honest with you. That's it. I mean, what else? Well, I don't know. Maybe sellable rewards.
Oh, that was gonna be mine, was sellable rewards.
Yeah.
I think that's something that would make a huge difference on the game.
Yeah.
Game mode unique rewards.
Yeah.
Which we used to have.
Yeah,
Which
we did use
would be nice to have back.
I think sellable rewards is probably the number one, but then the number two is being able to grind for things that like you actually know what you're getting. It's not grinding for a pack that could be 40 different guys.
Yeah, that's the thing that's been my biggest downfall with this is like at this point in the year, we're all getting so many more unsellable of dark matters to the point where you can open these and almost guarantee you're gonna get a duplicate. Like, I'm not gonna say any names, but I know someone who had one dark matter and they pulled a dupe of him. One dark matter on their entire account, brand new account. Got the dark matter Easter locker code and then did the dark matter playoff agendas and got a dupe.
That would be me. That was.
I wasn't gonna throw you under the bus, but I'm like, how does
That is unfortunate.
I was like, cool, another dark matter to add to my team with only one dark matter. Who could it possibly be?
Yeah.
Oh, the same guy. All right, cool.
That's unfortunate.
something like that should not happen?
I agree.
All
Or
right, so
maybe-
for the
Maybe add an exchange where you can exchange one dark matter for another dark matter. You know, you could still get unlucky, but dark matter doesn't even get you a legend badge anymore. You gotta have a diamond on top of it. I mean, diamonds are cheap, so it doesn't make a difference. But like, still,
but before I do mine, T Smalls says Team Affinity, huge,
that would be tough.
100%.
The system of Team Affinity where every team gets a card, and when it comes out, those cards are like at least some of them are legitimately very good cards. Like, I think they have another Team Affinity coming out in the show that's going to be like 90 something, 92, 93, something along those lines in 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks, and like 2.5, 3 weeks. And those are going to probably, some of those cards will be playing on my team, which is one of the best teams you can possibly have. Plus, you get their captain cards, so they give you boosts to your team if you use those like 6, 12, or 15 players from that team.
that would be cool.
So you get, it's like you can build theme teams that have boosts. Some of the cards are legitimately good. I think Team Affinity would be sick.
Do you know what that would do to squad builders? Like if we had captains?
Transform them.
Yeah, if we had captains, that squad builders would be amazing.
All right, so for the sake of being different, so obviously sellable rewards is good. Obviously, mode exclusive rewards is good. I'm gonna say battle royale.
Yep, that was my second.
Because I
That's
think
great,
battle
yep.
royale, even if the rewards were premium packs and they were unsellable, I still think it'd be the most played game mode. If say at 3 wins you get a 92 plus, 5 wins 95 plus, 7 wins 97, then 10 and 0 99, or 10 and 1 99, 10 and 0 99 99 option. Even if it's unsellable, I still think that'd be the most played game mode. If it's like clutch time games, like 5-minute clutch time games, I think that'd be the most played game mode in the game.
I cannot believe that they ruined. They put the draft mode in the game for 2
Yep.
years. Was it 2K22 and 2K23? There was a draft mode, and nobody played it because it sucked. They didn't update it. You got to update it on a weekly basis with all the new cards. They have to
Yep.
be in there every single week. The rewards have to be at least halfway decent, not a crappy leftover diamond that you forget about that's not even a good card. Like, you have to make it somewhat enticing to play, but all they would have to do is, like, a draft mode would be sick. 2K's just never even tried to make one decent.
Yeah.
Or
don't
even if
understand
like even if the rewards are trash, make it free. Because they were charging, not only charging, they were actually charging quite a bit for each, like the tickets to get in.
Weren't they
Whereas the show,
7,500 VC or something?
yeah, the show was like 1.5K stubs.
It's the
Yeah.
price of a show pack because that's what
Yeah.
you get every time in return as a show pack.
You're guaranteed a show pack if you
Yeah.
lose both your
Which
first
is a
2 years.
W. Like you're still
Yeah.
getting something like
Yeah.
2K.
That's
So-
what I
so
would do.
even-
if I
It'd
be so
drafted a
simple.
bad team, I would re-roll it, just get my pack, pretend like I just opened a pack. Like,
Yeah, so even if the rewards were trash, if it was free, cool, a way to try the new cards, a chance to try the new cards.
I don't understand
So-
how every Ultimate Team game mode has a draft mode successful, and 2K just can't figure it out. Steal the formula. It's right there. Like,
Yeah.
just
Right.
take it. It's
Yeah, I
not
agree.
like...
Because Madden's was decent too. What was it called? Draft Champions. Madden's wasn't on par with MLB's, but it was decent.
Draft Champions was sick back in the day. I used to, when I was a kid, when I was in high school, I guess not a kid, but when I was younger, I used to watch like Madden 16, 17, 18, like Draft Champions videos. I found Draft Champions fascinating. That game mode seemed so fun to me. And then Madden just kind of forgot about it. But even the last couple of years, they've had these like mini game house rules things that have had
Yeah.
draft modes involved in them and stuff. Like they still implement draft modes much better than 2K ever did.
Yeah, like Draft Champions, the rewards weren't that great, but like I said, it was very cheap to enter. So it was my favorite mode to play. Try the new cards, build a team, play, get decent rewards. You could play competitive for better rewards. It was a good, blueprint. I'm not sure exactly why they took it out. So these next 2 questions kind of go hand in hand, but I want to shout out both of them, so I'll ask both of them. Blasian said, if you could take one thing away from this My Team and add one thing back that they took away from previous My Teams, what would it be? And then Sports Geek said, what's been your favorite aspect or part of My Team in the past years that's missing this year? So we'll answer Blasian's because it's kind of double-sided. If you could take one thing away from this team, My Team, and add one thing back from previous My Teams, what would it be?
So do they have to be interconnected? I'm taking something away and replacing it with something, or
They don't have to be the same thing. Just take one thing out, add one thing.
okay. I'm taking out unsellable cards, and I'm putting back in consistent mode rewards. Like seasonal mode rewards, probably.
All right, Josh.
All right, for what I would take out, escrow, 100%. And what
That's a
I
good
would
one.
add back in is sellable rewards. So basically, piggybacking on what he said, just give us sellable rewards and take away escrow. And this game just got a way better quality of life.
All right, and
I'm gonna go escrow just because that's the number one thing that I feel like is just annoying. And then something I would put back in. I was debating between 12-0 coming back or maybe like limited coming back, but we got King of the Court, so that's kind of like our weekend event, I guess you would say. But I'd probably bring back 12 and 0. I think 12 and 0 was real fun, something to grind for. The cards were like for the most part always decent, like really really good. Made a lot of squads and it gave people something to do. So yeah,
content too.
great content. Yup, that's exactly what I was about to say. Great content. So I think 12 and 0 I'd bring back.
Nothing better than watching somebody who's 10 or 11 and 0 in a close game with another sweat. Like,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Let me get on just a little random rant for no reason right now, because y'all know I love to rant on my channel. King of the Court could be optimized so much better. It's insane. I wish it was executed better, because they could do it in a way that would make it fascinating on a weekly basis. And by that, just give us 20 games, 15 games, 10 games. Pick a number. I think 20 is probably too many, but 10 or 15 games is probably a good amount. You got to play in between when content drops on Friday and when content drops on Monday, whenever we get our weekly challenges, whatever, like 10 a.m. Central Monday, 10 a.m. Central Friday. Give us a period of time to play our games and rank people based on strength of schedule and their records. Strength of schedule can be the tiebreaker, or point differential or something can be the tiebreaker after the record of how they play. Yes, people are going to find a way to boost it. Yes, people are going to do stupid stuff, but execute it close to how Madden used to do Weekend League. And then it'd be the type of thing where, yeah, imagine watching Splash and he's 18 and 0 and he matches up against, I don't know, maybe not tie, but he matches up against somebody else who's good at the game and he's in a close game. It's like he's 18 and 0. That would be fascinating. You know what I mean? I think people would love to watch me be 15 and 3.
Or you could be toxic. Some people might say this is like super toxic, but this is my mindset. If you're Ty and you're 18 and 0 and you're Splash and you're 17 and 1, you could stream snipe Ty and instantly level the playing
What a
field.
guy.
We're both 18
What
and
a
1
guy.
I mean, that's just my mindset.
What a guy.
But I just think Weekend League used to be awesome for Madden, and then they kind of ruined it with Mutt Champs the way that they did that, in my opinion. I just think that system is optimal for content, because when you get to your last few games, and especially when the rewards are decent, because Weekend League rewards used to be decent, like if they actually had good rewards attached to this based on your placement, it could lead to some like what feel like actually pretty high stakes games that people are really interested to both watch and play, and bring like a lot more intrigue into the mode on a weekly basis. Even if it was like MLB's doing Weekend Classic. Weekend Classic had a lot of issues the first time they did it, but it's a cool concept, and there's a lot of neat things about that. I don't see why 2K couldn't. Again, look at what other games are doing well and steal from them. Please, just try harder.
All right. So my answer to the question, just to be different once again, take away the bans from quitting games. Because I think if you can quit games whenever you want, people would care less about people spending $2,000 to get Wimby.
Mm-hmm.
If you see Wimby, cool, you don't want to play him, quit. And add in a good token market. You know, good, like from the OG days, you know, start at Emerald, you know, buy 5 Emerald players to move to Sapphire, buy 5 Sapphire players, you know, all the way up. And I think that'd be great for the mode. Something that's constantly ongoing. All right, so let's see, any more questions? Okay, so here's a question I want to ask you. So DBG clarified that the video wasn't about you, and I see why it wouldn't be about you, because if you're at the top of what you're doing, then there's no reason to switch your content. So when the video came out, how did you feel versus now?
Nothing just changed, to be totally honest. To be completely honest with you, I don't really have all that much. I like DBG. He and I have always gotten along. I didn't think he would be attacking me anyway, to be totally honest. I also don't think the video was an attack. I don't think that video was a significant, like, super aggressive, negative, like, bashing of me or any other 2K content creator. That's not how I deemed it, even if it was targeted towards other people, even if it was targeted towards me. I think he made a lot of valid points about intentionally trying to be more creative. Now, I think I'm never going to be the guy who makes super highly edited, super in-depth edited content. I don't enjoy editing, plain and simple. I just never have. It's not something I enjoy. My niche is a lot of videos, a lot of content. But I have tried to since then be more creative with the content I'm making. Me and Evan Tanaka are doing collab videos every Sunday. In fact, I just literally, as we're recording this podcast, dropped a collab video with him where we switched accounts and I used his No Money Spent account playing against him using my account. So we did like account flip game against each other. Me and Ty did a Guess Who earlier this week. We're doing another video on Wednesday. Like I think me and Ty are going to be doing weekly videos on Wednesdays now. I'm trying to do other squad builders and wheel spin, building my team, and Twitter builds my team, and like a bunch of different stuff. I'm trying to be more creative, and I think DBG and that video he made kind of spurred me in that direction. And honestly, I think that's a very good thing for the community because the creativity is part of what, like, we can create our own content sometimes when 2K doesn't give us stuff to work with.
And I'm like you. I don't think it was a shot at anybody in particular, especially not like you guys, because I think it got turned into, oh, DBG said JC's not creative. DBG said Ty Debo's not creative. That's what it got turned into. But in reality, I took it more as a video towards not you, the 4 other people in this podcast, because not necessarily saying your content sucks, but if my channel, if I post the same type of videos you're posting, why would someone watch my, tier list compared to your tier list? Right? So I took it more so if you want to grow to be better than JC, better than Ty, etc., then you got to find a way to separate yourself. That's the way I took it.
100%.
My thinking on it kind of evolved. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, he's talking shit about somebody. I don't know who. But then as time went on, I was like, it's kind of like what the community needed. Because you don't realize how stale things have gotten until someone's like, hey, this is what we could do better. And I see it across the board. The creativity since that video dropped across almost every creator that I watch has gone through the roof in comparison to what it was. I feel like we're all kind of in like, not like a zombie mode, but just kind of, going through the steps of it. And now people are actually trying new things. And that's what got everyone into my team in the first place. At least if you watched my team content, a lot of us grew up watching Jesser, Cash, Troy, and theirs was very creative and different. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we kind of lost that. And since this video came out, it's starting to come back. And I think it's only going to help the game grow.
Yep. And I also agree with what JC said is I played my career before I got over here to my team. I played my team my whole life, but like recently I started playing my team, I think season 4. And I didn't spend money on my team until I started really making content. Content's really how I enjoy the game. Y'all thought it was crazy I don't really play the game besides content. I don't enjoy it unless I'm making videos. And videos for me are fun. Like that's how I enjoy the game, is making videos. Other than that, I can't really just load up the game and just play it without either streaming or making a video.
Yeah, I hear you. Which goes to show that there's just not much to do in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You want to just load up and play,
Yeah, so that's where I find my enjoyment is making videos. Like sure, it sucks having to spend $10,000 on the game because that's just what 2K, like the direction they're going. But I mean, I have loved every second of making videos. It's by far been the highlight of 2K for me this year.
All right, so I'm going to give chat a couple more minutes to ask some questions. While we do that, I mentioned JC and I have a challenge for you.
I heard you say that. What's up?
Apparently everybody else acts like I didn't tell them this already, but I swear once I said it, you're going to be like, oh, you did say that.
Oh, me, I didn't hear nothing, bro.
All right, cool, whatever. So, JC, for content.
What's up?
You pick your 4 creators of your choice, or just friends, whatever, you, Evan, 2 others, against us 4.
In what?
Just runs, showdown runs. We'll chat GPT it to randomize who plays who, and just run it up for content.
He heard I lost by 60, and now he's smiling.
he's like, I want Josh.
We could. I mean, I can get 3 people.
Now that doesn't mean go get Ty and Splash. Like, let's
First of all, hold on. When did you tell me about?
I don't remember this.
I think you and me talked about this because as soon as you said it,
motherfuckers just don't know how to listen. That's cool.
I'll roll with whoever. Go get Ty. Tell him we ready. You know what I'm saying? I'll play him. I ain't ducking nobody. But like, damn, bro, you could have told me. Like, I could have been on the sticks practicing. Like, I gotta play Ty on 2-day notice. Like, damn.
How about I just play all 4 of y'all? And, then, I rank, and then I rank y'all.
I like
Hey.
that. I like that. Well, see, because Josh be talking big shit.
He do
I
be
want to
talking
see.
big shit.
I want to see JC's gonna rank which one
As my
is the
well,
best.
I'm twisting it. How about we do that? Because then I don't have to go find other people.
Yo, that's fire. I fuck
I
with
That's
that.
like
fire. I
that.
like that.
For y'all, and then I'll rank y'all worst to best, unbiased. I'm
I like
I'm
it.
not trying to hurt any feelings.
Hey,
Nah, you
That's
can't
fine.
hurt my feelings. And Josh lost by 60, so you can't hurt his
you
feelings.
can't hurt my feelings because I lost by 60 in front of my stream and then everybody else who was tuned into that tournament. So like, you can't hurt my feelings.
We'll get back on this topic real quick. Whams, I have seen you been saying that. It's just like every time you post it, we're like mid-topic. so I did see it. Yeah, they definitely do need to have a My Team rec, 100%.
Hopefully they had a my team rec at some point.
DBG actually made a good. He said, "Why not just add the whole My Team Park rec thing into the My Career neighborhood?
Yes, they should
That
have never
way-
taken triple threat park out. Or
That
triple
way,
threat
my
online
team
out.
could have their triple threat. They could have their co-op, and we can get everything we want for my team. We could get the theater. We can get the rec pro-am. We could get all that the events. Just add that for my team.
What if they just? I mean, and not even just that. What if they just added two park? Like they left my team the same way it was last year with game modes, right? Unless if you have showdown instead of the limit or whatever. But we have clutch time online. We have triple threat online, and we have triple threat co-op. And then in park, there is a section of park that's like the my team corner or whatever they call it, where you have a my team rec and you have a my team park. They don't have to give us a theater and all that type of stuff. That can be park specific. I'm fine with that. I just think, I mean, I don't know if y'all remember back in like 2K20, people used to play my team co-op. There were people who would build my team rosters of cards that you could download, and then you could play co-op like you do all-star co-op or team up, I guess is what people call it. You could play my team team up in 2K20, and I used to play that. It was a lot of fun. I think that was a really cool thing.
All right. So I think that's about it. I don't see any other questions up in here.
Winner plays Carlo is funny.
Winner plays Carlo. No, I think after I called Carlo the community bicycle in the video, I can't afford to lose to Carlo.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I think you might have to play Carlo then. 'Cause
I feel like you should play Carlo.
you got to stand on it.
Crazy. Was I there when you said that? I don't recall that. And
No,
that's-
remember there was a video I posted when we're not gonna
Oh, yeah,
rehash
yeah,
this.
yeah,
When
yeah.
Carlo dragged
Oh.
me into that shit, I was like, Carlo's a community bicycle, man. Everybody like JC got him, Ty got him. Everybody gets a ride. Like
He got a Fitz though. I saw. So
yeah, he did get Fitz. Yeah,
Wait, he beat Fitz?
I think he
yeah, I
did
think it was pretty
badly.
bad too. Yeah.
Really? That's unfortunate.
Man.
Well, people forget Carlo's like not horrible.
Carlo's
at the
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Carlo's
really
good.
not.
Just because he loses to me and Ty by a lot doesn't mean he's gonna lose to
And
everybody.
because
by a lot.
they put him in the like no he puts him no not him his community puts him in the class with you guys, but in reality he's somewhere between you guys and me. I'm certain he'll probably beat. He's not a comp player, but he's better than 90% of the people that talk shit about him.
I think Carlo
like
used to be
99.
a competitive quality player. I don't think he is anymore, but I do think he used to be.
I think if Carlo locked in, he could be considered comp.
He was.
It's good
He was
content.
That's what I say all the time. Carlo
good
was
content.
really like he was good at the game. I don't know what happened, bro. Like I think,
But
he fucking
You
focused
also got to
too
take
many
into
times.
consideration the game is different this year. Dribbling's different. The pro play system is different. He just hasn't necessarily adjusted to that as some other people have. Yeah, I
And
like
honest-
more of the other type of moving shots and stuff like that. He likes more of the current gen. That's why he plays current gen.
But Carlo does himself a disservice at the same time because when he does loses, he comes with some like off the wall. Like when he lost in my tournament, right? Like I'm just chilling, vibing, clicking through all the games. Someone's like, hey, go check out Carlos goes stream. I go, he says, oh, I think I'm not gonna play in this again unless they ban full court defense. Like what?
He said
Like-
full court press and zones shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to play zone. Like
Please
shit
play
like
zone.
that.
Please,
Shit like
play zone
that
against
makes
me, please.
makes
Bro,
people
light
think you
that shit
suck at
up.
the game.
Like
Like saying stuff like that makes people think you suck at the game.
I feel like,
Like-
it's better for content though. If you tell everybody,
Yeah.
that's why I talk so much shit to you guys at this point. Because it's like if you tell people you're good at the game and then you get beat by 50, 60 points.
Yeah.
Also,
Like,
when I tell
the
everybody
content
I'm
makes
ass,
itself.
it's L content. When I tell
Yeah,
people
if
I suck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
bro.
if you lose by 60, they're not gonna be surprised.
But then
You're
when I
talking
only lose
shit.
by like 5, they're like, damn, he's way better than we thought.
Yeah, but I think the approach of you go in there telling everybody you're gonna beat them and then lose by 60, that gets the people talking.
Not all publicity is good publicity. if you ask me.
Hey,
All right, so
It's working
let's
for
wrap
Carlo, man.
up. Let's get some closing statements. Josh, closing statements.
closing statements. I don't really
He
have.
nervous.
any.
He's scared. Come on, bro. Talk your shit.
No,
Talk your shit.
I don't know, man. Because now I'm like, can
Call
I
out
afford
who you
to
need
lose
to
by?
call
Can
out.
I afford to lose by 60 again? And if you beat the dude who beat me by 60, it could be.
See, I'm just, like in my game with JC, I just got going with the mindset like as long as I lose by like less than 60, like I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be
Okay,
bothered here.
y'all are putting really high expectations on me. 60 is ridiculous.
No, that's why we talk so much shit to Josh because 60 is so ridiculous. Like how
He lost by 60,
how
bro.
he lose by 60?
People barely getting 60 up in a game. Like,
Like, I think
I'm
when
not
I- when
kidding.
I-
I think he beat me 100 to like 45, like something like that.
Like when I
It was
clicked
ba-
onto the game, it was like a 20-point game in the first quarter. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Like,
Not great.
was it
gotten
my
a lot
proudest
better.
moment? No. Look, I went into it not locked in because I was not familiar with him, and I went into it with the mindset he can't be that good, right? I know pretty much everybody in this tournament. I know their skill level. If I've never heard of
Which
him,
tournament was this?
This is the one I threw earlier in the
he
year.
hosted a tournament early in the year. I'm like, you know what? I've heard of everyone in here. I know their skill level. This dude, he's a wild card. And I went in, he can't be that good, right? And he showed up, and I think he gave me like 55 with Dr. J. And this was back when
Damn.
Dr. J first dropped, and he's just fading to the corner every time. I'm jumping. There ain't shit I could do. Dr. J and Wimby probably had 78 of the 100 points. And at the time, my best player was probably Diamond Paolo.
how'd the second game go? Because it was a best of 3, right?
Yeah, I lost by like 17.
All right, so
Hey,
you did better.
There we go, progress.
Because I
Progress.
realized,
Better than
oh
60.
shit, maybe I should have took this guy serious. The first game, what's the feel out game, as Braun would say.
So the first game ain't count for real.
Yeah, no,
Alright.
no, don't count. You got to take the average. I only lost by a lot, but not.
AW, it was I think it was called. His name was Gaming God, I think.
Yeah, gaming god.
You should have
Gaming
known his
Gods.
name was Gaming God, but he didn't have a profile picture. You should have knew it was about to get wicked.
I should have known, but at the time,
Have any of
It's-
y'all played Crabbed?
Nah, but
I have played Crabbed, yes.
That's-
Crabbed has beat me.
I was about to say that's the one dude that's like packed me up. Is Crabbed.
Yeah, Crabbed beat me.
nah,
the
but
one
the
time I
comments
played
are
this
trying
year.
to make me play him after I made the video about him and KG doing the whole King of the Court thing. I was like, whoa, like they'll both flood me, and that's okay. But I'm still gonna talk about this shit.
So how
All
did
right,
your
and-
experience go with Crab, JC? I want to hear that real quick.
We only played this year in salary cap, and
Yeah.
he won by like 6.
Yeah.
He would beat me in a regular game though. He's better than me at this game.
He-
I'm not the
he's
best.
tough.
I think
He's
I
tough.
think I'm damn good, but he might not beat me. I might win. I only played Ty once this year, and I beat
Yeah.
him. So the one time we played,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I can't, but I think realistically, Crab. would beat
He
me
played
100%.
me on KG's account and packed me up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Yep.
All right, Ant, talk your shit. Closing statements.
Hey, y'all know I'm about to go crazy. Ty, JC, Carlo, Evan, line them up. I'm gonna knock them down. I ain't gonna hold you. All right, they might be scary, but I'm not scary. I'm gonna show up. All right, I'm gonna show up.
You
I'm
got to
with
realize
all the
Ants
smoke.
dropped like $2,000 in the last 3 weeks, so he's not scared. He's got the best
Don't
team in
be
the game.
talking about what I'm doing on the game, bro. Damn, mind your business. Like,
I just said I got Pink Diamond, Dr. J in the lineup. He's got Invincible Giannis, Invincible KD.
I don't got none of them.
Okay.
Hey, Ty, Alibi, Let It Fly, and Live in 5.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't got to beat me first.
Bro, I packed you up already. I got the clip. You ain't edited because you don't want to upload it. Like, come on, let's talk about it.
Oh,
I
but
got
you-
the
but-
video.
months ago.
But,
What do
but you
want me to do?
uploaded, but you uploaded our shit though. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Hey, there's no
You got
film.
Giannis and
Nobody
KD
can
yet?
prove it.
Huh?
You got Giannis and KD?
Yeah, I got Giannis and KD.
Oh my god. Okay.
So does ISO.
Yeah, I do
might,
too.
So I might lose to y'all actually.
So we're
Hey,
playing
look,
salary
no,
cap
look,
teams.
realistically-
That's what I'm hearing.
Salary cap.
Realistically, we would have to do lineup restrictions because I wouldn't want to bring anybody.
No.
Okay,
I'm playing
okay.
my team against y'all's team. If y'all beat
Oh,
me,
okay.
Because I feel like JC can tell.
I'm not ducking smoke about.
Okay.
lives.
No.
Mm.
I think
Yeah,
he's
I like
talking more
that.
for the
I like
ranking
that.
perspective. He's talking
Oh.
more about like the ranking perspective. Like if I go with Josh goes in with his team versus ISO going in with his team. But I think JC could tell if someone's
I can
good
tell
or if
based
someone
on
has a
yeah,
good
yeah,
team.
yeah.
skill level. I can tell more. I can tell. Yeah, I don't need cards. Don't matter when it comes to telling somebody's skill level. They might be
Okay,
closer
bet.
because they have a better team, but I can tell. But yeah,
That's a bet. Then.
All right,
Josh,
all
you
right,
dropped
ISO,
the
talk
bill.
your
It didn't
shit.
happen, Jalen.
I'm getting attacked by my
Lying.
dog currently. Back up.
W dog.
W dog.
This went from closing statements to talk your shit statements. ISO,
Calm
talk
down.
your shit.
Chill for just a second. Well, I don't really have much to say except God is good. JC being on the pod.
W.
I hope everybody in chat has a blessed day. And I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. I don't really have much to add on here.
So you scared is what you saying. That's what I'm getting at. Is you
Hey,
scared?
I'm telling y'all right now, right after the pod, anybody that wants to smoke, we can run it right now.
Damn.
That's what I'm talking about.
We can run it right now.
He's a silent killer. He's, I don't need to talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it. Y'all seen some of the gameplays. Y'all seen it.
All right, JC, you don't gotta talk shit, man. Just closing statements.
okay. I'm beating all.
I don't
want
want to
to
get JC in trouble fucking with
Uh,
us.
Hey, let's run it.
I'll talk a little shit to y'all. I'm beating all y'all by.
Let's
20.
run it. Let's
With
run
that
it.
being said, I appreciate y'all having me on. This is fun. I enjoy doing
Yes,
this type
sir.
of stuff. Appreciate that y'all reached out to me and wanted me to do this. It's pretty cool. Much love. This is fun to do. I enjoy doing this type of stuff, and I appreciate y'all having me. And I'm blessed to be doing this, man. This is fun.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Game and Dad,
yes, sir.
closing statements.
Oh, what you said? What? All right,
Mr. Gamer Dad, please.
all right. Closing statements. All right. Carlo, come see me.
Yeah.
We're gonna run.
Yeah.
Splash, come see me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna run my all diamond. You're gonna run your all diamond team like we agreed on in the DMs.
yeah.
JC, you're only gonna beat me by 10.
yeah.
And anybody come see me, all the smoke. Add me, ant live _47. Add me and you come see me.
Crazy.
Y'all don't
Nah,
worry.
my
No, Wolves. I can't use Crash account. That's not gonna work. I can't use.
Nah,
that
Crash got
account.
a
Nope.
bro. His squad is
He's
different.
insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I want to see Splash and Ty on Crash account. I'm not gonna lie. Give me that team. I want to see anybody.
Yeah, that team is ridiculous.
All right, JC, we appreciate you coming by, man.
Facts.
Chat, we appreciate everybody rocking with us. This was definitely a W episode. We've been trying to make this one happen for a while, so we appreciate you coming by.
100%. Appreciate you having me, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ref's crazy.
As always, chat, y'all be safe. Peace.
Peace.